What's up, grinders? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be doing the second video in my series on dreaming Spanish. Basically, I am learning Spanish by just watching videos. I'm not doing any form of active study or anything like that, and today I have reached 100 hours, so this is the second update in my series. The first one was at 50 hours. In fact, if you haven't seen the first video, you might want to go watch that first so you understand what this one's kind of about. But if you're just too fat, lazy, and you just don't feel like it, fuck you, evil dear, don't tell me what to do, then okay, I'll give you the summary, the too long didn't watch. Basically, I've been learning Spanish by watching videos. There is a service called Dreaming Spanish, which I've been using, and it provides like just endless content at different levels, and then you just watch videos, and slowly over time, you learn Spanish. That's the whole idea behind it. It's basically just a pure input approach. It's designed for those people who just want to sit here, just watching the screen, and don't want to try hard or anything like that. So I've been trying it out because, well, I promote lots of different ways to learn languages on my channel, but one of the ways that I've always said is probably the most slowest is just learning a language by just watching content. But funnily enough, it is the method that is promoted by all the gurus out there who are like, this is the ultimate method to learn a language. So in order to truly shut down that shit, I went, fuck it, I'll just go learn Spanish using this method, and then by the end of it, I'll be able to tell you guys what I actually think because, well, I've fully learned a language using this method. So let's have a look at my stats. So here I am on the Dreaming Spanish website. As you can see, it says right there, I am now at 100 hours. And I made my last video, let me have a look. Okay, did it work? 50 hours Dreaming Spanish update, no bullshit. That's the 10k views already. Nice. Okay, that's because it's a pretty old video, so generally back then I didn't get as many views. Anyway, so I made that one on February the 27th. Now, so you can have a look right here. Is my calendar on the right-hand side. You can see that I've been doing basically content every day, but right around this point in the middle here, this 2 weeks right here, I really bitched out. Like, I kind of stopped doing it for a bit, or I did like the absolute bare minimum, although some days I kind of made up for it here and there. And that's really because I just got bored, okay? Like, dreaming Spanish, the content, especially around the beginner levels, like, it's easy to get through the good content, and then there's just lots and lots of stuff, which for me is just boring as fuck, if I'm just being completely honest. And like, I almost stopped again. But I did manage to find a way to push through it, and we'll talk about that in a second. But let's have a look at my journey, what I've managed to pick up along the way. Now, I know people, when they watch my video, they say, oh, evil dear, when you do a translation, you're doing it wrong. You shouldn't be thinking about the translations. Fuck you, man. I know what I'm doing, okay? I've read through the tutorials, I've gone through the videos of Pablo, I know what I'm doing here. When I provide you guys translations of like things that I've picked up or words or stuff like that, it's because when you actually know something, you just know how to translate it to the target language, i.e. English. So anyway, let's talk about my journey from 50 hours onwards. So I was at 53 hours. And at that point, I was still, I was picking up some beginner sentences here and there. Not too many things, but I started noticing like certain words like, I think it's benti, or something like that, which means like 20. And like that kind of around that range in numbers. Anyway, not too much. Then at 54 hours, I started recognizing colors, so I could pick up the different colors, like all the different types of colors. And then I also started picking up things like country names, and I noticed most of them were pretty similar to English, except for the word for Germany, animal names, locations. I started to be able to pick out negatives from positives within sentences. I also started getting a lot of like just random cultural knowledge, and finally started to put together most of the who, what, where, when, how words, but not all of them, and some of them are still confusing at that point. Anyway, I started to recognize other words like, soy, like I'd heard this word so many times before, but like I started to figure out how it was actually being used in context. Anyway, then we pushed through to about 67 hours, and I started to actually finally figure out what the fuck vamos means. Like, it's literally just a call to action, means let's go, or something like that. Like, it finally just, I figured it out, and I didn't figure it out from Dreaming Spanish. I actually figured it out from another service that I've been using, or it's not really a service, but it's a YouTube channel. But it uses the exact same methods as Dreaming Spanish, and in fact, it looks like it pretty much exists as like a complementary tool to Dreaming Spanish. Anyway, so at 68 hours, I literally wrote down, I am fucking bored of dreaming Spanish content. It sucks balls. Okay, so at this point, I was not happy. So that's probably somewhere around this point, you know, in that 2-week range here. And that is where I really started to slow down. However, I had to find a solution because I didn't want to give up on this methodology because it was not the method that was the problem at the moment. It was more just the content. Like, I was not enjoying the content. So I started looking around and I discovered what was literally a godsend for me. And it's this YouTube channel right here, Spanish Boost Gaming. And this guy constantly refers to Dreaming Spanish in his videos. And basically he does what Dreaming Spanish does. He just plays gaming videos, speaks slowly, uses, you know, basic words, stuff like that. And it's just fun because I love watching video games and walkthroughs and all this type of stuff because I don't have time to play games. So if I can watch them and learn a language at the same time, I have an excuse. So I started watching his videos and then I went hard. So I actually started picking up the hours and making up for a lot of lost time. Basically at one point where I was almost slowing down to like 20 minutes a day type of thing. And if you have a look here, you can see I've watched so many of his videos, just video after video after video. There's like something I started and I was like, yeah, it's okay, I'll get back to it later. It wasn't that great. But like a lot of his videos, if we have a look at the playlist section, I believe I've completed his first Minecraft one, which is, where is it? I can't find it on here. He's got a series of Minecraft videos. There's the second series right there. Jesus, why can't I see it? Am I blind? Oh, yeah, it's literally right here. So I've completed that one, watched all the videos in it. I've watched all the videos in The Last of Us 1 and The Last of Us 2. And I actually enjoyed this quite a bit because I've never played either game, but I've always wanted to. So at least here, I've got to see it. But I'm almost at the end of Last of Us 2, so I haven't quite seen what the ending is. I'm quite excited to see that. I also started off on the Skyrim one, and I've touched on a little bit on the other ones. Like, I did like 3 episodes out of BioShock. But overall, this guy's content has been an absolute fucking lifesaver for me. I love his content, and I fear the day when I'll finally watch all the videos on this channel, because then I'm going to be sad again. And hopefully by that point, I can get past the Dreaming Spanish beginner videos and jump into the more intermediate videos. If you have a look down here, we've got the intermediate series. Like, I've watched this African one, I've watched a bit of the weddings one, I've watched all the regions, I love Dumb Ways to Die, I watched the shit out of that one. Gone through the epidemics one, you know, like some of the wonders ones, like I touched on different ones. I really like this Cosmos one, so I enjoyed that. Oh, yeah, okay, so fucking, this one is just unhinged, I like it though. So like, and then they've got like a bunch of cooking ones and stuff, and they've got gaming ones like this one here, Keep Talking Nobody, so Nobody Explodes or whatever. Like, I've watched them, but the vast majority of gaming videos they've got on Dreaming Spanish, I feel like they're nowhere near as good as Spanish Boost Gaming. Like, they don't know how to make good gaming videos on here and actually reuse words and like slow down their speech and stuff like that, and actually like use a more direct method approach, which I think is really good if you wanted to combine like these two types of things. Anyway, so I'm at 100 hours now, and you might be curious, what can I say or what do I understand? Well, I can't speak, okay? I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm 100 hours in, I cannot speak for the life of me. Now, that is to be expected if you're following an input-based approach where you're just watching content. Of course, you're not going to be speaking after 100 hours because you've done absolutely no preparation for this. But this is what this methodology promotes, is that you don't do any talking. Okay, so let's have a look at what I can understand then. So what I've done is I've just opened a random video from Spanish Boost Gaming, and I'm just going to watch him, and I'm going to pause and try translate, because I think that's probably the best way of showing what I understand.
No, pero ese tipo está cerca.
Mierda.
Like, mierda. I think that means like scary or something, I'm not sure.
Buscamos cielos.
Jesus Christ, I picked the best spot. It literally just murders a dog.
Perdón.
Aquí mismo.
Hey.
So he's like saying aquí, something like that. He's like, it's there or here.
Mentira, mentira. No me viste. Mentiroso.
I don't understand any of that mentiroso.
Mentiroso. No hay ninguna posibilidad.
So it's like, don't have any possibility, maybe?
Que me vieron. Ok. Estamos en la zona segura.
So he's in something that's secure. So I'm guessing sauna means like grass or something, but I'm not sure.
Las plantas.
Obviously the plants.
Mierda. Hay un perro.
Okay, I think Mirda. I'm not sure at this stage means scary, but he's saying there's a dog there.
Mierda. No. Ok.
This guy's just on a dog killing mood at the moment.
Hey, le di al hermano.
So he just said then like brother, like oh my god, you know, brother.
Por favor.
Please.
Ok. No. Uf.
Hay que avanzar.
No, 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 no.
So she's saying like I think she's saying like advance means like to move forward, like you know, attack type of thing. Just move forward.
No avancen.
And he's like, so please don't like advance.
No avancen.
Yeah, don't advance.
Ok. Zona segura.
And again, he's back in whatever this secure thing is, the grass.
Esta es mi zona de confort.
So this is, it could mean like grass of comfort or location of comfort, but I know it's not location because I know the word for that.
Ok. Esta es mi zona segura.
So this is, again, like his grass or his location, you know, secure.
Vamos a lanzar un ladrillo.
So let me, I think this means like launch or something. And I'm guessing that meant brick. Or let's launch, you know, this.
Un ladrillo para que se distraigan.
So like maybe one brick to distract them.
Y
Creo que la tenemos.
E means like and.
¡pum!
Alan, ve a mirar.
Me encargo yo.
Ok, gente. Round 2.
Okay, so he's saying people or guys, you know, this is the second round.
Increíble.
Obviously, incredibly.
What? Bro, ¿qué es eso?
And what is that?
Soldado abatido.
I think that guy in the background was yelling out like soldiers, you know, like maybe died.
¿Qué fue eso?
Acabar con ella.
¿Qué fue eso?
I don't know what fue means, but like he's saying what something is.
Ok. Gente.
¡La tengo!
¡No!
¡Aquí mismo!
Eli, cuchillo. Esquivo.
Okay, I'm not sure what esquivo means.
Cuchillo. 1 versus 1.
Yeah, well, obviously 1 versus 1.
Ok. Bro, muérete, por favor.
So it's like die, please, or something along those lines.
Ok. Gente.
And he keeps repeating gente, which means, you know, people or guys.
Estamos bien.
Okay, so it's good. Like, we're all good.
Estamos bien. No me curé.
I can't run, I believe, or I can't cure. Actually, it might actually mean to heal, actually.
Ok, ahora sí.
Ahora sí. I got a vague idea, like maybe it means now, yes.
Corriendo a esa casa.
Estamos bien.
Okay, so it's good, it's good.
¡Pum! Adiós, amigo.
Obviously, you know, goodbye, friend.
Bien.
Okay.
Nuestras flechas.
Okay, so I have the arrows.
Robamos nuestras flechas.
Okay, so he's just talking about, you know, he's got the arrows again. So what I'm basically picking up a lot of now is like specific nouns and some verbs and things like that, and really like a vague idea of what's going on. We'll watch a tiny bit more and then I'll give you my summary.
Hay una persona ahí. Ok.
So he's just saying, you know, there's one person here.
Estamos bien.
Again, it's all good.
Gente. Estamos perfectos.
Yeah, well, it's perfect. And then gente is just, you know, guys.
Estamos en una posición fantástica.
Obviously, he's in a fantastic position.
Hey.
Hola. No. Tranquila. Hey.
And then tranquila just means, you know, like calm down or something like that, because it's very similar to Esperanto.
Hey, respeta.
Respect, I guess.
Ah, hermano, tiene un bate.
Okay, so brother, she has, well, he didn't say she, but like has a bat.
Ok. Bien.
All good.
bien, Eli. Muy bien, muy bien.
Now, you might be thinking, well, that's really not that much, but, you know, this is in a gaming context type of thing. When I watch the beginner videos on Dreaming Spanish, realistically, you probably don't even really need to, like, know Spanish to know what they're saying because they're so contextual at the moment. So I am actually learning. I am picking up new words and phrases, and when I do understand them, they do just come to me, as in, like, I don't have to think about it at all, which is the one benefit of this method. However, again, I'm only 100 hours in, and I guess we're going to have to wait to 150 hours to see if I can actually get things more, like if I understand things more. But I get the feeling I'm going to be watching a lot of gaming content. It's probably going to be like 50-50 until 150 hours, just because it is so easy for me to sit here and just watch tons of gaming content. I just enjoy doing that. Now, I do want to request, if anyone is in the Dreaming Spanish community or whatever, if you know of other slow gaming channels, as in like they speak with this type of style, you know, to help you learn type of thing, please let me know in the comments below because I'll sub to them all. And that's pretty much it. And if you're here for the Dreaming Spanish updates, well, I'll see you in 150 hours. And for everyone else, you better be here on the next video, otherwise you gotta get a Fletcher and a Puka. I don't even know if Puka's a word. It's a word now.